Howdy, y'all. It's another little recap here on a couple of things going on in the world. Summer's almost here. It's spring. Almost in shorts, still in Idaho. Going to be heading south here in a while, a couple weeks. Yes, the big picture, as I talk about all the time. So, good news is I see more and more people questioning everything. As I'm on all the social media sites, Facebook, I see, and of course it could be the algorithms geared towards what I look for, but I understand that as well. But I'm seeing it in, I have different Facebook pages, for instance, that gives me feeds. So one Facebook page, I'm doing mostly left stuff. I'm looking at all the left stuff, so the algorithms kick in to give me all the left things. One Facebook page gives me all the right stuff. I look at all the right conservative side, and so I've got a couple of different social medias that give me nothing but algorithm link bound stuff from whatever side I'm looking for. And through all that is how I gather my information and make my decisions. I am seeing people question everything more and more. This is really good news. People who used to question things all the time, especially during the pandemic, people like myself, we were labeled conspiracy theorists. We were thrown to the corner, and we were threatened with our jobs. We were threatened with everything. But now people like myself are becoming, the volume is getting bigger and bigger, millions and millions. And an example I use is the space shuttle, is the Artemis, the space launch that's happened, going around the moon, doing a moonshot and coming back with the astronauts. Now, I'm not saying whether, I'm not going to tell you my thoughts on that, but what I'm seeing is a lot of people questioning it. Why? For many reasons. But also they're just not taking face value from what the government, what institutions, what leaders say to them anymore. Where we used to be so trusting, I did back in the day, where anything a doctor would tell me or anything a leader would tell me, I would just, okay, that's the way it is. Well, we come to find out through many things, especially with COVID, that they completely gaslighted and lied to us. Anyone who followed me during COVID, I was questioning everything, and it turns out people like myself are completely right about everything we're questioning. But the good news now is I'm seeing just on this space launch, people are really questioning it. They're not believing what they're told anymore, and they're going down rabbit holes, and they're creating pages, and they're starting to question. This is good. There is nothing wrong with questioning everything. Everything should be questioned, because if you question and you do the research and you dig deep, even if it's still right of what you're questioning, you'll come back to that answer eventually. But you've done your research, you've done your vetting. You're not taking one entity or one news source for your information. And this is fantastic news, because the more people start to wake up and question everything, that's how the truth comes out. That's how we get together. That's how we tell these people who've been gaslighting us, from the food industry to the big medical, everything I've talked about, we tell them we've had enough and we're not doing it anymore. So we, conspiracy theorists like myself, proudly waving the flag, are growing in numbers. And that may scare some people, but it's a wonderful thing, and it's going to be a great thing at the end. I'm going to read a quote from a guy I really like reading a lot. He talks about this. Here's the thing. I don't care if you're a moon landing denier. In fact, I don't even blame people who were skeptical of the 1970s moon landing. After witnessing the relentless stream of official lying and odious skunk work during the pandemic, I have a lot of new questions too. It's no longer good enough that the government said so anymore. That's fine and all, but let's see some evidence. So that says in his statement right there, and this is really good. I keep reading. Anyway, I wanted to talk about that questioning. I've said that since day one, since I started all this years ago. Question everything, because you'll eventually get, if you do the research, you're going to get to an answer that you believe in, and then you can follow that. But the good news is we're having a massive shift of the way people look at things, the way people trust institutions or distrust institutions. And this is going to bring the freedom that we deserve, the power back to the people. We will wield the power. We will decide what's good for us, not any third party or not anything else. And this is everything I've talked about for years, but it's starting to coalesce and come together. We are on the verge of some major, major historical worldwide changes. We're going through the chaos right now, but down the road, it's going to be great. Okay, have a good weekend. Talk to you later. Bye.